Rioting put an end to a key Africa Cup of Nations football match between Senegal and Ivory Coast. The violence broke out when the Ivorian skipper Didier Drogba, the former Chelsea star, scored his second goal. Officials say home fans then started fires in Dakar Stadium as the Senegal team slipped towards defeat. An awful scene there.
Senegal's Sédar Senghor Stadium looks more like a battleground than a football pitch. In a home game, Senegalese football fans rioted over their team's losing performance against Ivory Coast. With just 15 minutes before full time, star striker Didier Drogba scored a second goal and Senegal found themselves 2-0 down, a result which would have eliminated their chances of gaining a place in the African Cup of Nations next year. But within minutes, angry Senegalese supporters started lighting fires and throwing random objects onto the pitch, and the match had to be abandoned. 10 people were hurt, including the Senegalese sports minister, but all escaped serious injury.
That's not the right image of Senegal. It's because of disappointment, to understand that a lot of the fans here aren't real supporters. They're people who are just supporting the team if it wins. So if the team loses, the disappointment is so overwhelming that they don't know how to react.
Fans in Ivory Coast were less than impressed by the poor sportsmanship on show in Senegal.
What's happening is not good. It's not good for African integration. It's shameful for Africa. Senegal is an example of democracy, but what happened is not an example.
Ivory Coast is set to play at the African Cup of Nations, while the Senegalese team will have questions to answer before the African Confederation of Football.
The two teams, meanwhile, were ushered into the centre circle, surrounded by police. They waited for around 25 minutes before being taken to the safety of the dressing rooms. The match called to a halt with about 14 minutes left to play on a depressing night for African football. We have heard from Kolo Touré, one of the Ivory Coast players. He told us that the team is safe. He said, "Thank God, we're happy to be heading home to Abidjan." This was a match that was beamed around the world, massive profile, some of the biggest names in the global game, the likes of Didier Drogba, Demba Ba, Papis Demba Cisse. It was supposed to be a festival of football, a celebration of African football, but in the end it's given a very depressing and poor image of the African game.